part of the storyline. I don't know anything.
You're the deep side.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't part of the storyline. But seriously, real talk, I was mad. I was like, because you work so hard, and I know you're the hardest worker there. I'm sure you're pitching storylines right and left. I'm sure storylines have been gotten used for other people because all that happens. Yeah. But you're at WrestleMania.
Oh, brutal.
And how many? What was it? 2 weeks before? It was
when they took me out.
Yeah,
it was the day before.
The day before.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 2 days before.
No, it was the day before. That was an interesting and. So yeah,
nice
to be nice. Yeah, it's a test. I feel like every time I get thrown stuff, it's like I'm just being tested, not by the company. The universe and the world is trying to test me. It's like, it was rough. It was like a little bittersweet. Like I became really close with Lyra, like in real life. Yeah. And so like I was super excited for her to have her first WrestleMania, but it was also just like, man, I was told this is where we were going, and then we had like, okay, I'm gonna be in the storyline in a tag team with this girl that I don't even know. Like, I remember first telling her like, this is what we're doing. Like, and I'm just talking about going to WrestleMania as a tag team. Like, don't you think that's kind of strange? Like, you're the Intercontinental Champion, and like we don't even know each other. So like I felt weird about it, but throughout the time we had a few matches. I'm like, damn, we have good chemistry. Then we had this tag team gauntlet match to get to WrestleMania. We had like 5 matches in one night. It was like an hour of wrestling, and I was like, holy, like we're like a good team. Like I felt genuinely like connected with her, and like she's one of the girls grew up loving wrestling and a huge fan. She's so good, and that had a lot to do with it. But like. And then I was when I was told that what was happening, I was like, oh, now I'm bummed. Like for one, I'm not on WrestleMania, but for two, like we put all this work in, and I really try to make us look like a team so that it's believable when we get to WrestleMania. Right. So it was rough, but it becoming part of a storyline and it becoming what it is now made it a little bit nicer, and maybe I don't even know how to say it without like I don't want to. It's okay. It was rough. It's definitely one of those times where I'm like I had a long conversation with Punk about it. A lot of people are reaching out and just like everybody's been in these positions, sure. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully,
yeah, but it's hard when you see people that deserve the spot. It's hard to see it happen to people that the fans want in that spot.
Yeah, yeah,
and then it just doesn't make sense.
That's in the moment. You think that, but I mean, all this, and I'm not trying to minimize that.
No, yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes it's not fair. It's not a fair business. At times it can be the greatest, and then also it can just rip your heart out.
For sure, but it's also like so. I think my love and passion for this is what saves me in those moments. Absolutely. It's like thank God I love this so much because like I don't know how people who don't love it go through with all this stuff. Like how do you guys continue? How do you put your body through it? How do you do this travel? How do you put up with everything? So I'm like, you know what? I'm on John Cena's retirement tour, I'm like hanging out with these guys in the back. Like I get to do these things and watch my friends, fulfill their dreams, like watching Lyra do that and win the tag team championships and all that. That's beautiful. And like Rhea, Bianca, and Io having that match that weekend, like beautiful. And I do have those moments, but I feel like I need to have that piece of me that's like pissed about it because that's I have so much more. I'm like, all right, I got a lot more work to do, and I love that. I need to have that.
Yeah, I can relate to you in a sense. There's I beat Stone Cold for the world title.
2-2.
Yeah, 2-2.
Take that, Steve.
But well, I think it may have been 2, maybe 3 weeks later. We're doing TV, and Vince brings myself, Steve, Triple H, and Kane into a room, and he's pissed. He's like, this isn't working. And I think Kane, I don't remember what title Kane had. He had a title, or he was doing something. Triple H was the Intercontinental Champion. I was the World Champion, and Steve. And he goes, look, this isn't working. We're going to change things up. He says, we're going to switch his title back to Steve tonight. And then I'm waiting. And I'm like, okay, well, what are they going to do with? I guess they're going to take the title off. Like he was that upset. Well, basically, the only thing that was changing was the fact that I wouldn't get over as a champ. So we
this isn't working with you as champion.
So, yeah, it's exactly what you're saying. And so I'm trying to process that, right? Because that's a blow. That's obviously a blow to your ego.
Yeah, especially to be said in front of your peers too.
Exactly. Right. Like it would have been one thing to pull me in the room and say, hey, look, this isn't what we thought it was going to be. We're going to put the belt back on Steve. Yeah. Okay, I'm a professional. I can handle that. But some of the guys that I respect most in the business are in here and listening to you, bitch about all this, and all the fingers are pointing at me.
Yeah.
Like, but it's the same kind of thing. Like I left and I was like with my tail between my legs, and I was like, wow, my buddies and the guys that I work with just heard me, him pretty much blame me for,
Wait, what year was that?
I'm horrible with years. I think it was, but whenever I got to figure, whenever I beat Steve, unfortunately, that pay-per-view was the pay-per-view that we lost Owen, but I mean, it was shortly thereafter.
Yeah. So did it end up? Like when you look back at it, you're like, did it end up either fueling you or like end up in a better situation? Or
well, it fueled me because, and it's kind of part of the reasons when I did my Hall of Fame speech, when I said never be content.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, again, I was like, okay, well, I just beat Stone Cold for the world title, and then reality 2 weeks later hits me like, well, you beat him, but you're obviously not in Vince's eyes or in their eyes. You're not drawing the way we expected it was going to go. So that was a blow, right? And I had to put my ego on the shelf and figure out, okay, well, you're not obviously you're not as good as you thought you were, right? Of course, everything when you hear that, everything's far worse than what it actually is. But the fact that he said that in front of my peers, and it was just like, okay, now I got a big chip on my shoulder. Yeah. And it takes those things sometimes, especially when you think, well, man, I've achieved this, I've achieved that, I've done this, I've done that. Yeah. And then, okay.
It's hard to, I don't know where you were at that point. I mean, if you were winning the world title, then you obviously were, getting over and, having all these great matches. But like, it's hard to, maybe it's just the competitor in me or something. But like, I have, you read all these accolades, and I have been on WrestleMania a bunch of times. Luckily, like walked in as champion and out as champion. So like, I don't ever want to seem like I'm not happy. I just want more. Like, I just want to be able to do more. And Hunter like thanked me. Thank you for doing this. And I was like, of course, like it's my job. Like, you guys tell me what you need from me. But then when I look at, aside from like the accolades where I'm at now, if I think back at like, when I had pitched to turn heel, when I did turn heel, and they went with it. When I was coming back from injury, I pitched Damage Control. Shot a whole video, and I picked the girls. It wasn't all the girls, but I picked Io and Dakota, and Hunter went with it. And now everything that's going on now, like they're accepting. Like they're what is it called? They're receptive.
Yes,
to my ideas and stuff. So like that's like a huge win to me.
That is huge,
So like I have to humble myself and be like, dude, like, not only are you being able to like accomplish all these crazy goals and dreams, but like these ideas that you're doing are like coming to life and on TV. So I do see like even being taken off of WrestleMania. Like if I didn't, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now too. So I'm just super grateful for that because some it happens all the time. We're like, yeah, maybe we got other ideas for you, and then you're just sitting in the back forever.
That's true, but even if it didn't happen, I feel like you still would be. Yeah, you still would be coming up and trying to evolve and do other things. So
it's
I'm gonna stay hot for you.
It's like when you have great ideas and then they use them.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen that happen. We've had that happen.
It's the worst.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
When you've written out week by week by week, and all of a sudden you go,
yeah,
that was supposed to be.
Damn, that's good. Not for you.
Not for you, somebody else.
But yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.